Leafs lines at practice. Bunting, Matthews, Kasha.
Oh.
We've seen that before.
Okay.
Mikheyev, Tavares, Marner. Kerfoot, Kampf, Nylander.
Okay.
Oh,
Engvall, Spezza, Simmons.
Well,
Pardon?
First off, the way Engvall's been playing, which has been unstoppable. He
Hilarious.
Should be, he's been hilarious. Can anyone stop Pierre Engvall? I wonder if Sheldon keeps doing this because in the playoffs, he may want to spread out the weapons a little bit.
Maybe.
His strategy the last 2 playoffs has been to pile the weapons together.
Right. And neutralize them. How do we neutralize ourselves best? Put everybody on the same line.
The Matthews, Nylander, Marner line all the time.
Yeah. I wonder if, it's a... I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Do you guys have any thoughts, theories?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, it's not like Tavares needs to get going. He's got 36 points in 37 games. He's having a great year. And they're all having a great year.
When he tries to get them going, he puts them together. You know? Like, this is weird.
Okay. I feel like it's maybe a shot across the bow. Hey, play freaking defense.
To Nylander?
Not yeah, but like, I don't feel like he's been poor.
No.
He's the only one getting the demotion.
Take away God. Well, maybe it's not a demotion so much as it's a leveling off. So maybe you have 3 number 1 lines. Or 2 number 2 lines.
If I'm Willie, I'm on the 3rd line now.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm playing with Tom. I'm just definitely.
Jesse's right.
Yeah.
Jesse's right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, the Leafs are having a very, very good year, but it seems like they're going to be, I don't know, somewhere in the low top 10, and they're going to have to play just an insane opponent. Like, that's what it's going to be, guys.
They'd be better off having a wild card position, would they not?
Well, then they'd have to play Carolina.
Not really.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you get to play Carolina or Pittsburgh. Yay.
Yeah, no, never mind.
You don't, because Pittsburgh at any time, really, but Pittsburgh in the playoffs? No thanks. I don't want Pittsburgh. I don't want Sidney Crosby in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Do you?
They've really struggled in the playoffs in recent years. That is not going to happen again this year.
I don't think so either.
Steve, you said something in the LFR that was pertains to this conversation. You were running through who they might have to face, and you were like, there's no easy matchup in the playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
And they had the easiest one last year and blew it. So, like, I don't know, stop looking for one. Stop looking for an easy path to the Stanley Cup. It doesn't exist.
Right. You should want the hard path.
Yeah. Like, how many times, have you heard a team Stanley Cup journey and you were like, oh, man, they had it really easy the whole way? Never. People will point out that Montreal made it to the final and there was an injury to the Leafs. There was an injury to the Jets. There was, actually a suspension to the Jets. There was
injury to Vegas. Chandler Stevenson.
They were the worst team to make the playoffs. Everyone wanted to draw them. And they did and lost.
True.
Yep.
There's no easy path. Stop hoping for a team. You cheer for the Leafs. You're on their wish list.
Right. The Islanders game on Saturday, I thought was interesting for just a couple of reasons. First off, it's pretty clear that the Islanders need to get somebody who can score a goal. Mm-hmm. Like Parise had a good goal and that sort of thing. I get that, but their defense looks good. Like whenever, I don't know what their penalty kill percentage is, but they certainly had the Leafs on a few penalty kills where I'm like, the Leafs are like non-factors here. You could see that there's a defensive system in place. But I feel like sometimes, first off, I know they had goaltending issues. COVID issues, things like that. But I think sometimes when you double down on a system that's really, really working for you, in this case, in the Islanders, it's defense. If you double down too hard, then you just become that one thing. And then you can't do the other things that you need to do to be successful. It's right. Like when the Leafs got overly offensive, no toughness, and then in the playoffs they had to play Boston. You do need a little bit of mix of some of those things. Play to your strengths, but you got to have 80% has got to be your strength. Some of the 20%'s got to be something else.
Yeah. There's, sorry, boys. I don't remember what I was.
You're a trooper, Steve Dangle. Listen, we're keeping the show somewhat short today because of how you're doing. So I feel for you.
The Islanders ran the Leaf show, with Babcock at the helm. The Keefe Leafs have all of a sudden turned into the Islanders' boogeyman, where the Leafs give the Islanders the backup treatment every time and beat them anyway. Mrazek allowed the most goals against the Islanders that any Leaf goalie has in their last 3 games, and he only allowed 1.
Wow.
Woll got a shutout, first career, and Michael Hutchinson got one, I believe.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
even
then-
Jack Hamill.
You got to talk about the Garrett Sparks Memorial Adam Wild stand up for John Tavares game.
You know what? Underrated, unforgivable thing Babcock did. Like,
Yeah.
he scratched Spezza for Nick Shore in the home opener. Yeah, that was bad, but just get a pulse. Like, what? How is your backup starting John Tavares' return to Long Island? Get a clue.
There's
And
a perverseness with that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot of people going, oh yeah, but you can't adjust your plan like that.
What if you simply did?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
And
Like,
it wasn't even Sparks wasn't even really the backup at the time. He was like we're testing out Sparks
Yeah.
as a backup.
Here's a guy that didn't get claimed this year.
yeah,
That.
and you start him in the biggest game for John Tavares' career so far. Like,
no, and if I remember, they like held the fort pretty well early on in that game, and then there was a goal that went in, and then there were several.
Yeah.
And the Islanders just killed the Leafs basically every time. And then I think Freddie gets in there and he finally won their first one. Tavares got the winner.
Mhm.
But under Keefe, like I don't know if they've lost to them. I can't remember. It's weird that the Leafs are anybody's defensive boogeyman, and they appear to be the Islanders. And believe me, I don't get it either.
Well, the Leafs look good defensively against the Islanders because the Islanders cannot score. Like they literally cannot score. It's not fair.
Now, like to be fair to them, they've been way better of late, but they're still. Did we talk about this on the last show? How even though they're like 7-2-1 in their last 10, they're still like 16 points out of the spot.
we did mention it. The chances of them making the playoffs are not looking good. They've just dug too big of a hole.
Yeah.
They're still 16 points out.
Yeah.
Let me throw this at you. The Toronto Maple Leafs have 128 goals this year. Now, obviously, there's been some discrepancy. A lot of teams are like 5 games back, like the Leafs are. Florida Panthers have played the full amount of games. They have 168. I don't see the Leafs scoring 40 goals in the next 5 games. That's how potent the Florida Panthers offense is. It's insane. Can anyone tell me how many goals the New York Islanders have this season?
You said the Florida leads it with how many?
168.
170. And here, just throwing it out there. So Panthers 170, Avalanche 165. Third is 149.
So Steve, stop. You can't look at it.
So
Steve.
Steve
No,
looked
no,
at
no,
it. So
I'm
I will
looking at
only
the top.
play the guessing
Just looking at
game.
the top. Just looking at the top. By the way, the Islanders have played the least amount of games in the league because they had all the COVID issues. 34 games.
Yeah.
So Steve has not seen it.
And also their
They couldn't play. They didn't
Ridiculous.
have an arena.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah, there's that too.
I forgive their very poor season so far because they didn't get to play at home for a month and a half.
Yes.
while they
That
waited
sucks.
for UBS to be built.
Yeah.
But also, you got to at least stay competitive. You can't fall off the map completely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 110 goals.
110 goals in 34 games. Reasonable.
I'm going to guess 96.
Are you guys ready for the real stat?
What is that?
Hit me.
Last in the league in 34 games, the Islanders have 79 goals.
Whoa. No, they're at 80 now, liar.
What? No, this is to NHL.com. They are at
That's
79,
what I'm on.
79 goals is what they say. Goals for,
Well,
79.
okay, 79.5.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. It says 80.
It says 79 here.
You know what? Don't think it matters.
No, it's
No.
bad. Either way, it's bad. They have...
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, and it's funny because their goals for per game is not even the worst in the NHL. The worst in the NHL,
Seattle.
Montreal. 40
Ah.
games. How many goals does
So bad.
Montreal have?
Oh, well, I already saw. It's bad.
Jesse, how many goals do you think?
Jesse, guess.
You said it's a little better, so like
They've played 40 games as well.
85.
87.
Oh, wow.
So they are the worst, 2.28 goals for per game, and then the Arizona Coyotes are actually worse than New York as well, with 89 goals in 40 games, 2.23. And the Coyotes and Canadians have both let in over 145 goals to match their 80-plus goal totals. So that is ugly.
Mhm.
Ugly. And it's surprising. I mean, I get it with New York. It was a weird season and the COVID and everything else. But I have to say this one thing: when they did the camera shot and they pull away from the building, Belmont looks really nice.
Oh yeah.
Like UBS Arena, like I want to go. It looks amazing.
They'll be fine. I think they're going to be fine, and this is an off year, and Lou's going to win the draft lottery because
they have to.
that's how it works.
They get Shane Wright.
Oh,
Barzal and Shane Wright.
Oh!
Yeah, easy.
I hate
Identity
it.
line.
Oh man, can't it just happen all in the Western Conference? Please.
Yeah, they're going to get an unprotected first for 54-year-old Zdeno Chara.